How special is it to play at Lambeau Field?
I think it's really special. I'm a football guy myself. In terms of just the history and just what the stadium itself holds. And I remember my first time, my rookie year when we actually played there.
Good morning.
I remember being out. It was COVID, nobody out there, and it just felt like one of those places that was historic. And re-rack it the next year back, having fans in there playing in negative degree weather, and I've probably had almost every experience you could have at Lambeau, besides the playoff game. So I consider it a special place for me, just to play in that history and to be a part of things that go down in history. And I think the atmosphere and the environment is fun. Anytime you can go in a place and feel like it's you against the world, as a competitor, it lights something up in you.
All right, so speaking of being underdogs, the math is not great right now, but how much do you guys look at that and say, the door is not closed? If we take care of what we need to take care of, there is still a big goal down the road for us.
Yeah, it's just our philosophy, 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time. You can get caught up into, what matters and what doesn't. How can we do this? How can we do that? At the end of the day, we got to be where our feet are. We got to attack each and every day and trust in our process. I think process over results is the biggest thing we're stressing right now. You can get caught up in it's not working for us, but we do the things the right way. We go about things the right way, and I think the process is always going to trump the results. So as long as we do that, we'll look up at the end of the year and see where that leads us.
When you throw on the tape and you look at your defense the last couple of weeks, it seemed like you guys have turned the corner. What's been the reason for that?
I think just all 11 guys playing as one. I said this a couple of weeks ago. The reason our defense wasn't where we wanted it to be was because, we had a lot of times where 10 guys could be doing the right thing and one guy messes up. And I just think over the past couple weeks, we've been having majority snaps where all 11 guys are doing their job, playing hard, playing fast, playing physical, and it's been leading to good results on the defensive end. Obviously, we need to do that as a team and find a way to play as more consistent as a team, and that's what we're striving for, and that's what we're striving for this weekend.
How much do guys like Geek coming back influence that consistency as well?
Oh, a lot. You get one of your consistent players on the field leading the way, especially for the young guys. It does something. It's another spot we don't have to look at or worry about. Think about. He's a guy who offense is game plan for a very good reason. And anytime a presence like that is on the field, it definitely calms you as a defender and allows you to play a little bit faster.
Micah Parsons, what is it that he does better than anybody else?
I think his first 2-3 steps off the ball are, pretty unmatched in terms of his get off, his ability to bend, his ability to accelerate. He can do it from both sides. He can beat you with the different moves. So, he's one of the best there is, and we're going to have a big challenge and got to have a good plan in place and a good week of practice to get ready for it.
How eager are you guys? Excited are you guys? Walter did a great job filling in. Blake did a great job filling in, but finally this is the 5-man line that you guys were signing up for at the beginning of this year.
Yeah. Is this the first one?
I think it is. Yeah, because Christian and then Donovan. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it is.
All right. Yeah. Well, let's make it happen then. Yeah. That's good. It's that's part of the NFL, right? These guys are going to be banged up throughout the year, so it'll be good to have the boys back together, and hopefully it yields some good results for us.
Jordan Love, what do you have to have in mind back there when he's running around trying to make plays?
Just understand that he can extend those plays, and we got to be ready to plaster with receivers. We got a great receiver core over there, and he's going to make any throw. He can make throws from the other hash. He can make it to the boundary, down the field, across the field. So he can make every pass, so you got to be ready.
How much is there an example with him where he did not light the world on fire right when he hit the NFL? How much maybe is that an example for what's been going on here with as a defensive guy watching what's happening with the quarterback here? Like, it can still happen down the road.
It's any given Sunday here, so you just never understand who's going to show up on game days, and you never know if that's going to be that person's game, that person's great game, and the person's bad game. You never know, so you got to be prepared for all outcomes.
I asked Kevin O'Connor earlier today, just forcing turnovers is a skill, but is there almost a point where you guys look at things, there's been 6 or 7 balls batted in the air the last 3 weeks that landed this far away from somebody. Their fumbling balls are going right back to them. Is there a point where you say, we know this is coming?
We work all week, turnover drills all week, and we practice for those moments, tips and overthrows and things like that. And just being ready for those moments, we got to make sure we capitalize off them. We know we left a lot of it on tape, so we just got to make sure we capitalize.
He's been watching this team play for years and has had the experience of playing in there.
Yeah, I think so. It's obviously a special place, a lot of history, a great fan base who cares a lot about their team. And, and then obviously a divisional rival. always a little bit bigger game as far as kind of atmosphere and what it kind of means to both organizations. So excited to get back there.
What is it going to add having him there at the center?
Yeah, it's going to add a lot. Obviously, he's seen and played a whole lot of ball, and as someone who hasn't played a whole lot of football, it's really cool to have such an experienced center. He sees defensive rotations, linebacker levels, everything like that. He's able to ID and hit it and rip it at a very fast pace to make sure we have enough time on the clock to if we want to re-ID plays or anything like that. So, having him back is huge, and we're just ready to get rolling.
Everyone's done such a great job with all the changes and injuries and moves around, but how excited are you guys to have this unit that we've talked about the whole offseason? Finally, this big five is going to be there, hopefully at least for a few more games down the road.
Yeah, we're excited. More than anything, I feel like this year just proved that we have a lot of guys that can step up and play. Having 5 guys up on the line, regardless of who they may be, going out there and playing hard was our goal from the start. But now, we're trying to get as healthy as possible, so we go out there and just, play the best of our abilities.
How much pride do you guys take in the fact just one sack the last 2 games after a bunch early on, and some of that's obviously on the quarterback, but how much pride do you guys take in that you've really shortened that up the last couple of games?
Yeah, it's a stat that for offensive linemen, that you take pride in. You try to keep the queue clean as much as possible. We know that there's still a lot of things we can clean up on, whether it be, making sure there's not a hand in the queue's face or making sure he doesn't feel the presence of a rusher around him. And that's stuff that we can continue to improve on. But, we're just trying to get to practice every day and just can refine our technique and get better every day.